So let me be honest with you guys. I have a twin sister named Emma. We grew up very close, but our rivalry over the history of our time has separated us from each other. Well, I have an upcoming wedding, and I'm just so scared that she's going to do something to betray me. I mean, she's done some stuff like this before, so I just don't know what to expect. But let me tell you right now, it wasn't her that ruined my wedding. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning. So, some background information. I'm 28 female and have a twin sister, Emma. We've always been close growing up, but we've also had a fair share of sibling rivalry. About a year ago, I got engaged to my fiancé, Matt. He's not only handsome, but also very successful in his career, which has brought him considerable wealth. I fell in love with him for his kindness, intelligence, and sense of humor, not his money. Emma's always been a bit envious of other people's success, and she's had a string of failed relationships. When I introduced her to Matt, she was overly friendly and flirty with him, which made me uncomfortable. I just brushed it off, thinking she was just being her usual self, and as time went on, she became more and more obsessed with Matt. She would constantly ask about our relationship, his job, his income, how he treats me. I tried to set some boundaries, but she did not respect them. When we went out together, she would dress up in clothes that were almost identical to mine, and make a point of standing next to him, trying to get his attention. A few months ago, I found out that Emma had been texting Matt behind my back. There were mostly harmless conversations, but there were some flirty messages from her that made me uneasy. I confronted both of them about it, and Matt apologized and said he never encouraged her behavior, but he didn't want to cause a rift between us by bringing it up. I believed him, as he'd always been honest and transparent with me. Emma, on the other hand, claimed that she was just trying to be friends with him and didn't see anything wrong with her actions. I didn't buy anything that she said, and told her that she needs to respect my relationship and stop flirting with my fiancé. Fast forward to last week. When Matt and I hosted a small engagement party at our home, Emma showed up in a dress that was nearly identical to mine. Yeah, and she spent the entire night trying to get close to Matt. At one point, I walked in on her, attempting to kiss him. Matt pushed her away, looking shocked and disgusted. I was livid at this point. I confronted Emma and told her that she had crossed the line, and I didn't want her in my life anymore. She started crying and accusing me of being paranoid and overreacting. Our family got involved, and some of them think I'm being too harsh on her. They say that twins have a special bond and that I should try to work things out with her. I'm absolutely torn. So my question to you is, am I the a-hole for cutting off my twin sister after she tried to steal my fiancé because he's rich and handsome? Update number 1. First, I want to thank everyone who took the time to read my original post and share their thoughts and advice. I really appreciate the support I've received. It gave me the confidence to stand up for myself and my relationship. Well, a lot has happened since then, and I wanted to share an update. After the emergency party incident, I decided to take a break from talking to Emma just to give myself some time to process everything. I also spoke with my fiancé, Matt. We've agreed that we should block her number and on social media to prevent any further contact. I received a lot of messages from family members who were divided in their opinions. Some thought I was overreacting and should give Emma another chance, while others agreed that her actions were simply unforgivable. I knew I needed to do what was best for me in my relationship, so I decided to seek therapy to help me work through my feelings and determine how to move forward. My therapist helped me understand that while twins can have a special bond, that does not excuse toxic or harmful behavior. I realized that my relationship with Emma had been unhealthy for a long time, and that cutting her out of my life might be the best option for my own well-being. After a couple months, I felt ready to confront Emma. We met at a neutral location, and I brought along a close friend for moral support. I told her how much her actions have hurt me and that I felt betrayed by her attempts to get close to Matt. I also explained that I had decided to cut her out of my life to protect my own mental health. Emma broke down in tears and apologized profusely. She admitted that she had been absolutely envious of my relationship with Matt and that she was struggling with feelings of loneliness and inadequacy. She claimed that she never intended to hurt me and begged for another chance to make things right. I told her that I appreciated her apology, but I simply needed time to heal and could not trust her around Matt. I suggested that they seek therapy to address her own issues and that maybe, in the future, we could try to rebuild our relationship. However, I made it clear that this would be a long process and that there was no guarantees. In the meantime, Matt and I decided to postpone our wedding plans to focus on strengthening our relationship and recovering from the difficult situation. We attended couples therapy and worked on improving our communication, setting boundaries, and supporting each other. It was challenging, but I'm happy to say that we have come out of this experience stronger than ever. Our wedding is now scheduled for next year, and we're excited to start this new chapter in our lives together. As for Emma, she has started therapy and is working on addressing her own issues. We've been limited in contact, mostly through text messages, but I've made it clear that I'm not ready to have her back in my life fully, especially not as part of our wedding, and, well, some family members still think I'm being too harsh. But I know that I need to prioritize my own well-being and the health of my relationship. I'm grateful for the support and advice I've received from everybody here, and I hope that sharing my updates can help others who may be going through some similar situation. Again, thank you for all your kind words and encouragement. It's made a world of difference in helping me navigate this challenged time in my life. Update number 2. Hey guys, I'm back with another update. Unfortunately, this one does not have the happy ending I hoped for. I wanted to thank everybody who's followed the story and offered their support and advice. It's been an incredible, challenging journey, and I appreciate all the encouragement I've received from this community. Since my last update, Matt and I continued attending the couples therapy and made progress in strengthening our relationship. We were excited to move forward with our wedding plans, and with only a few months left until, well, the big day, everything seemed to be falling in place. Emma and I remained in limited contact, and although, yes, it was difficult, I felt that we were both making progress and addressing our respective issues. She appeared to be taking her therapy seriously, and I was cautiously optimistic that we might be able to rebuild our relationship slowly over time. During the wedding planning process, my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Sarah, stepped up and offered to help with various tasks. She seemed genuinely excited for us and was incredibly supportive. As a result, we grew closer and formed what I thought was a strong bond. Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse on our wedding day. Everything started off absolutely beautifully. The weather was perfect, the venue looked stunning, and our friends and family were all gathered to celebrate our love. We had decided not to invite Emma to the wedding, as we felt it was still too soon to have her involved in such an important event in our lives. As the day progressed, I noticed that Sarah, she was drinking heavily during the reception. I initially dismissed it as her letting loose and enjoying the celebration, but as the evening wore on, her behavior became increasingly erratic and borderline inappropriate. She starts making loud, inappropriate jokes and began flirting with some of the male guests, including my close friends and even a few of my cousins. I was embarrassed by her behavior, but just tried to ignore it, hoping that someone else would intervene and help her calm down. However, things seem to have escalated when Sarah decides to make a drunken speech. She grabbed the microphone from the DJ and proceeded to share stories about Matt's past relationships, making crude comments about his ex-girlfriends and implying that I was just another one in a long line of women. At this moment, the room fell silent, and I could feel my face burning with humiliation. Matt and I exchanged glances, and I could see the hurt in his eyes. He quickly stood up and tried to take the microphone from Sarah, but she stubbornly refused to let go, shouting that she had a right to speak her mind. Eventually, Matt's brother, as Sarah's husband, intervened and managed to escort her away from the microphone. But the damage, oh boy, the damage had already been dealt. Our guests were visibly uncomfortable, and the once joyful atmosphere had been replaced with tension and awkwardness. I tried my best to salvage the evening, putting on a brave face and attempting to redirect the conversation to more pleasant topics. But the truth is, my heart was broken. Our wedding day, which was supposed to be one of the happiest days of our lives, had been tarnished by Sarah's actions. In the days following the wedding, Sarah reached out to apologize for her behavior, claiming that she did not remember much of what happened and was absolutely horrified by her actions. While I appreciated her apology, I could not help but feel that it was too little too late. Our wedding day was forever marred by her behavior, and there was nothing she could do to change that. Matt and I struggled to come to terms in the events of our wedding day, and, well, we just continued to attend therapy, but it became increasingly clear that we were both harboring resentment, not towards each other, but towards Sarah and the situation as a whole. Our wedding day was supposed to be a celebration of love and commitment, but instead, it just became a source of pain and disappointment. Over time, this resentment began to drive a wedge between Matt and his brother, as well as between Sarah and me. We tried to address the issue in therapy through open communication, but the emotional damage proved difficult to repair. Family gatherings became tense and uncomfortable, and it was clear that the relationship within our extended family has been irreparably harmed. As for Emma, she reached out to me after hearing about the wedding fiasco, expressed her sympathy, and offered a shoulder to cry on. While I did appreciate her support, I could not help but feel a sense of bitterness. Our relationship had been damaged by her actions, and now my relationship with my sister-in-law was following a similar path. It seemed as if my attempts to protect my marriage had only led to more heartache and strife. Matt and I have continued to work on our relationship, and are trying our best to move forward. Our love for each other remains strong, but the events surrounding our wedding have left a lasting impact on our lives. We're both struggling to let go of the anger and disappointment we feel, and are focusing on creating new positive memories together. As for my relationship with Emma, we've maintained limited contact, but I'm still unsure if our bond can ever fully be repaired. Our shared history is marred by betrayal and pain, and while I hope that we might one day find a way to move past these issues, I know that it'll take time and effort from the both of us. In conclusion, there's no happy ending to this story. At least not yet. But Matt and I are committed to working through our challenges and building a strong, lasting marriage. Our wedding day may have been ruined, but we refuse to let that day define our future together. We're taking things one day at a time and doing our best to learn from our experience. Thank you all for your continued support and encouragement. It means the world to us, and we're grateful for everybody here, strangers, who've shown us such kindness in the comment section. Update number 3, final update of the story. Hey guys, it's me again. I'm just back with an unexpected update that I never saw coming. As always, thank you for the continued support in the comment section. Your encouragement has meant the world to me and Matt. If you've read my previous updates, you know that our wedding day was ruined by my sister-in-law, Sarah, who got extremely drunk and made a scene during the reception. Matt and I have since been struggling to come to terms in what happened and working on moving forward. Well, a few weeks ago, I received an anonymous letter in the mail. The letter claimed that my twin sister Emma had spiked Sarah's drink with a potent pill that would cause her to become excessively intoxicated during the wedding. The letter also included the name of this pill as well as photographic evidence of Emma purchasing it at a pharmacy. At first, I was in complete disbelief. I could not imagine that Emma would go to such lengths to sabotage my wedding, especially since she had not even been invited. However, the evidence was hard to ignore, and I could not shake the feelings that I needed to get to the bottom of this. I decided to confront Emma about the letter. She initially denied any involvement, but when I showed her the photos and mentioned the specific pill, she broke down in tears and confessed. Emma admitted that she had been consumed by jealousy and bitterness over not being invited to the wedding, and in a moment of weakness she had made the terrible decision to sabotage the event. She explained that she had secretly attended the wedding as a guest of one of our distant relatives and had spiked Sarah's drink when no one was looking. She insisted that she never intended for things to spiral so far out of control like they did, and she deeply regrets her actions. I was so devastated by her confession. Not only had Emma betrayed me once by trying to steal Matthew from me, but now she had also ruined our wedding day. I could not understand how someone I had once been so close to could cause me so much pain and heartache. Well, I decided to share this new information with Matt, Sarah, and the rest of our family. Everybody was shocked and appalled by Emma's actions, and it became clear that any type of hope for reconciliation between us was gone in the wind. Matt and I have been working through the latest revelations in therapy, and while it's been a challenging process, it's also brought us closer together. We now understand that the events of our wedding day were not Sarah's fault, and we've been able to rebuild our relationship with her and the rest of the family. As for Emma, she has since reached out to apologize for her actions, but I've made it clear that I cannot have her in my life any longer. The trust between us is broken, and I need to prioritize my own well-being and my own marriage. So this story was a lot to take in. What'd you think about that and how Emma replied at the end? Go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section and tell me what you would do if you were in OP's position and you were betrayed not once, but twice. Go ahead and drop that down below. Guys, if you're new to the channel, my name's Mr. Reddito. I read stories every single day, and I try to find some very interesting ones. If you have a story that you want to tell me, you can put it in the description down below, and it might be featured on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Go ahead and click that subscribe button for more daily videos, and I will see you tomorrow.